Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow.
Hi, I'm Paula Luna, and I volunteer at the Arlington Memorial Hospital in the hospice unit through Community Hospice of Texas. I started doing that because several years ago I had a friend who had a terminal illness and was sick for about a year, and as she was coming towards the end of her life, she spent the last week in the hospital. The family had to make the difficult decision about pulling the plug, ending the life support. That began the final 3 days of her life. It was very difficult, it was very painful. A few hours before she died, I walked into her hospital room, and there was the sense of peace in the room that hadn't been there before. And to me, it felt like heaven was opening its doors and getting ready for her to come in. And it made the rest of that time a beautiful transition instead of the painful event that it had been up to that point. So with that and a few other deaths during that time that I experienced around me, I thought that I would like to start volunteering with hospice to see if I could help other families experience death as more of a beautiful transition instead of just a painful time. The people I work with are nurses, patients, and the patients' families. I help the nurses out just by doing little things, running errands or helping a family member out to a car or something like that. The patients, a lot of times it's just sitting with them and just in the same room. Most of the time they're not conscious, and so I just kind of watch them, and if they show signs of pain or something, then I can let the nurse know, and then they can take care of the patient from there. The best part to me is helping the families, because with the families, a lot of times it's just one or two family members and they've been there for days or even weeks sometimes, and they just want to talk to somebody. And so they'll start talking to me and start sharing their memories of their loved one who's about to die. And they kind of relive their lives together, their memories, the good times, usually almost always the good times, hardly ever any bad times. So it's a time that's actually, I think, healing for them, even though the death hadn't occurred, because they are able to already start focusing on positives about their loved one's life. The way that volunteering with hospice benefits me is, to me, it's a time where God and I are working together to help others, which I always enjoy helping others, but in doing the work there that I do, it's not about me at all. The people who are there aren't going to be there the next week. The nurses change out, the patients obviously are gone, and so it's not about me. It's about what I can do for them. I could really just be a broomstick in the corner as long as I nodded my head and acknowledging what they were saying. So the time I spend there makes my relationship with God more real, and in the work that I do for Him more sincere than anything else that I do.